Today we are taking the iconic bleep test and seeing where we score on this, the level required for all sorts of different jobs within the police, from a new recruit stuck walking the beat to full-on hot fuzz. And if you're thinking, hang on a minute, there's more to Law and Order than just running fast, I know, I have the outfit too. So last week we did the Cooper's run test and a bunch of people said, you should try the bleep test too. Well, I already have once before, age 19 in 1992 when I applied to be a policeman, which seemed a really cool job based on watching Point Break a lot. That application was ultimately unsuccessful for reasons I won't go into, but it wasn't because of the bleep test. I did absolutely fine there. And they actually said I was welcome to reapply at some point in the future. So, given their open invitation to try again, I thought I'd see if I've left it too late physically. Right, if you've not heard of the bleep test, it is stupidly simple. You set up two markers 15 meters apart in the version used by the British police. And you then just basically run from one end to the other while bleeps play in the background. You have to get to the marker before the bleep goes bleep. And if you arrive early, you can't set off before the bleep goes bleep. Basically, stay in time with the bleeps. As explained here by West Midlands Police.
If you fail to touch the line on or before the beep or run ahead of the beep, a first warning will be given.
What happens after a first warning? A second warning, and then it is game over.
Any questions?
Yes, why are we dressed up like 10-year-olds doing PE? And there is a prize. In true cop style, if we qualify for all the jobs on the list, we get donuts. I think that spending the last 30 years since my last bleep test, watching every good cop movie known to man,
I don't know how to do anything else,
means I have a great chance of getting my donut. Jen doesn't know Juliet Bravo from Cagney and Lacey, but has age on her side, so we'll see. She may well be going hungry. And if you're thinking the uniform doesn't look very authentic, Joshua had two jobs. One, hold the camera, seems to be doing all right so far. Number two, and I was quite specific with him, get me an outfit so that I look like a cop from the movies. Any movie.
Start of level 1.
And we are off. If you're wondering what sort of a warm-up we did, Jenna put on a jacket and I jogged back to the car to get my plastic walkie-talkie that I'd forgotten. So as we run, I'm going to highlight the various police jobs that we passed the test level for as we hit each one. Different roles require an increasing amount of fitness. The first one we're looking for is the basic requirement to just join the police. That's level 5.4. What does that mean? Well, each level of the test lasts just under a minute. During that time, you're making your shuttle runs back and forth. For example, 7 shuttle runs make up level 1. Then for the next level, the beeps get closer together, so you need to move a bit quicker. As a result of the ever faster shuttle runs, you need to do more of them for each given level. Your final score is then a combination of the level you reach and how many shuttles you ran on that level. So 5.4 means reaching level 5 and completing 4 shuttles. And importantly, this is the 15-metre test as used by UK police. Many people may be more familiar with the 20-metre test and assume that one is harder. That's not really the case. They each use completely separate timings. So on this test, you have much less time to complete each run. So for any given level you achieve, yes, you will have run further on the 20-metre test, but you would have had longer to do it in. And on the shorter test, the number of stops, turnaround and starts you have to make rack up quicker. I'll explain more about the impact of that later on, but I've spoken to a bunch of people that have done both tests and they all said that their results have been pretty similar on either. And of those that said there was a difference, it was an even split as to which one they found toughest. You could think of the shorter test as being more intense rather than literally shorter. So we're about to hit level 4 here. The only struggle so far is that Jen had to take her jacket off and I had some communication issues. So how hard is it going to be to get to level 5.4? How fit is the average policeman required to be? Well, let me put it like this. It requires jogging back and forth for 3 minutes, 35 seconds. That's right, this slow jogging pace we are doing here is all that's needed for less than 4 minutes. To be honest, it's less Johnny Utah and more Johnny Vegas. Interestingly, when I took the bleep test way back in '92, the level was harder, although still easy to pass. Since then, they have made the requirement lower, and it's only been since 2014 that it's been an annual requirement to take it. As you'd expect, most serving police do pass the test, but most is not all. Worryingly, some fail. In fact, when they introduced the annual assessment, hundreds failed.
5.2.
So our first achievement unlocked, we qualify to walk the beat. And almost immediately go straight into our second unlocked achievement, the minimum level required for a bad guy to have any chance of outrunning the police.
You're a dog handler.
And levels now coming thick and fast. 5.7 qualifies us as...
Didn't I tell you to go before we left the station?
...a dog handler. To be honest, I'm not sure it should qualify you to walk a dog, but I didn't make the test. 5.8, and we are now police cyclists. If you're thinking that's odd, cycling should be easier than running, it can be very active.
.4, you're air support.
Okay, 6.4, and it is starting to get cool. We just qualified for air support. What does air support mean? I don't know, it just said air support on the list. I'm going to assume it's pretty much exactly like being in Blue Thunder. If you don't know what Blue Thunder is, it's a cross between Jaws and Airwolf. 7.2 and Jen is out, but she made it to Marine Police qualification. I don't know if you have to be based in Miami to get the cool suits, but either way, boats are fun. And to be honest, it's probably best that she's not let anywhere near the guns.
Actually, I think you landed this shot in the head, I'm not sure.
She did, right in the head of the hostage. And here I go, 30 years after I tried to join up for the fast cars and big guns, I make it, 7.6, firearms officer. But we want more. Cops with guns are often just stood around at airports and stuff. I want something a bit more active. I need level 9.4, armed response vehicle.
So next charge, get armed response vehicle.
And I get it, guns and running around, what is not to like? And I'm now after the last one on the list. Level 10.5 qualifies me for dynamic intervention status. What do those guys do? Anything they like. Those are the guys with all the kit, and if I want to be a big cop in a small town, that's what I need. Got the lot, and for now I am just hanging in there. I wanted something in the 11s, that's my only objective now.
Whoa! Ah!
Where's my donut?
And that is it, done, 11.4. And it is a weird test because it doesn't leave you as aerobically exhausted as something like the 12-minute Cooper run test. It's a much more intense experience, especially if you're big and heavy. For me, the hardest part is not the running, I can do that all day. It's stopping my 100 kilos plus, turning it around, and then accelerating it again every few seconds. You don't actually run that far or for that long, which makes me wonder if I might actually do better on a 20-meter test with its greater distance and time, but less intense turnaround. Watch this space, going to be doing it soon. So what did we learn? Well, if you're trying to join the police and fail the fitness test, you are very unfit, and it's good it's been highlighted to you. And if you just scrape a pass, you're still very unfit and should be doing something about that. Because if hoodlums know that all they need to do to outrun the law is jog for 4 minutes, that simply means more people skipping cardio and clogging up squat racks in the gym doing bicep curls. There's a reason you never see jogging in prison movies. They just don't think they need to. We also learned that Jenna is now able to patrol the Thames, handing out on-the-spot fines to people harassing ducks. But I did let her eat a donut because she did try her best. I made her eat it sat in a kayak, though it seemed only fair. And we learned that I am still fit enough to serve. Whether they'll take me at 50 while still allowing me time to do this remains to be seen. Lastly, please drop the video a like, and for extra content including our podcast, go check out our Patreon, link in the description. And if you're one of the many families in the sports hall last weekend trying desperately to play badminton while we were dressed like cops, flying drones and playing a very annoying beep every few seconds, my apologies, especially on behalf of Joshua. He should not have answered your concerns with move along police business, and plastic or not, absolutely should not have handcuffed your kid or confiscated his shuttlecock.